A question I often get asked, or rather one I'd like to think I'd get asked if I was half as big a deal as I think I am, is what do I think of Rosie Jones? So I'm gonna give my honest answer. I guess the truth is, she's okay, but I don't really find her that funny. However, having said that, that is how I feel about most mainstream comedians you see on the telly. The only mainstream comedians they really go for are the ones who have the one-footed mainstream comedy, one-footed alternative comedy, or maybe alternative comedians that have got so big they're considered mainstream, like people like Bill Bailey or the great Sean Locke, R.I.P., who were far too surreal, in my opinion, to be considered everyday comedians. So yeah, she's okay. I don't find her hilarious, but the hate she gets, doesn't make sense, as to me she's no more or less funny than most of them. So when I look at the comments, they are mostly directed at her disability, like people saying they can't understand her. Yeah, right, she's pretty damn clear. I bet you can. And if you really were struggling to turn on bloody subtitles, I feel she has become more of a celebrity than a professional stand-up. I don't know how much material she writes, and she's often on the telly doing things that aren't strictly comedy, like panel shows and even charity appeals. I think she's dabbling in children's books too, and I'd say if you were a genuinely dedicated comedian and that was 100% what you saw as your role, you wouldn't have time to do these other things. So, yeah, I guess I'm saying she's not my idea of a hard-working stand-up comedian. But yeah, I could say that again about most of the mainstream comedians you see on the TV. There have been times, I have to say, she has done things and said things that I felt a bit rather stupid. Not necessarily because I disagree, but she has picked battles she can't win. Like, she recently took Jimmy Carr with Gervais to task over making too many jokes about trans people. Now, don't get me wrong, I fully agree that awful transphobic comedians, but where it gets written in Facebook groups that Rosie Jones taking on these big bullies like Jimmy Carr with Cuba. She ain't gonna win that. They're idiots who hate minorities. So saying that, I don't know, I guess we're different people, but if I were her and I said those things about this big bully comedian, I would do it to cause a backlash. So if she slightly cynical like me and do it deliberately, or is she really that naive? I don't know. Similarly, she did that program channel for a year or two ago about drones, and it had the R word in the title, and obviously she got a backlash for that, and reading the things she said, it was like she didn't expect that. I mean, really? You use a slur which you cannot attribute to the person you are, like she physically disabled, she's got cerebral palsy. If she used the word spaz in the title, she could say, yeah, but that's my word, I can use it. She can't with the R word, so surely she knew she was gonna get a huge backlash. I mean, I don't know, if I did it, I'd know, and using my mindset, I can't help but feel she was slightly cynical there, doing something she knew would cause controversy, and she knew was a bit over the line, while still claiming to be all squeaky and pure. I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's my opinion, Rosie Jones. She is a perfectly good mainstream celebrity comedian. Not the kind of comedian I'd go out and see, but I can also think of far worse people. So yeah, she doesn't deserve most of the hate she gets. Maybe a tiny bit of criticism, but she does make a joke that isn't that funny.